Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I made a video about the upcoming Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. I covered all three tablets that will be included in that lineup, but today I want to focus on one specific one. I want to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, which is going to be the newest and the most interesting one out of the three. Let's go ahead and jump in. Now, out of all of the leaks that we've seen so far about Samsung next flagship tablets here, the one that really stuck to not only myself, but I'm pretty sure stuck to many of you is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. This version is a completely different tablet when compared to the other two, mainly in terms of design. It will be boasting a gigantic 14.6 inches as the display size and also an unusually thin bezel around the face of the tablet itself, and it also may have, according to some of the renders that we've seen on the internet so far, a small notch that is actually noticeable but still very small relative to the overall size of the tablet itself. So it's going to be a pretty unusual look for a tablet to have bezels that thin, and the thickness of that bezel actually puts the screen to body ratio at 92%. That is very impressive. As you can tell by the size that I just mentioned, it's gonna be a big boy, but only on the face though, because despite the size that we have on the face there, it is said to be the thinnest out of the bunch, meaning the Galaxy Tab S8 and the Galaxy Tab S8 Plus will each be thicker than the 5.5 millimeters found on the Ultra. It will also have an OLED display, which I suspect Samsung will likely add its own touch and tag it as more of a Super AMOLED display like it has done in the past. And if I know one thing about Samsung is that they do make some incredible displays, so I'm pretty sure I won't be disappointed there. Support for 120Hz refresh rate, and that is of course to ensure that enjoyable user experience by enabling super smooth navigation and also make for top-notch entertainment experience. And as you would imagine, it will be equipped with the usual suspects as far as physical features go. And by the way, if this is your first time visiting, welcome. Of course, if you do like the content so far, I truly appreciate that. Please do me a huge favor, hit both the like and the subscribe button there. That's a huge boost to the channel. Not only that, it also helps me tell YouTube that people appreciate this type of video. Anyways, so as I was saying, it will have the usual suspects. So you'll be looking at that same physical power button, volume rocker up and down, and we're also expecting to see a quad speaker setup, just like it's going to be the case with the Tab S8 and the S8 Plus there. And even though it's going to be a fairly thin tablet, we are still expected to see a micro SD card slot for expanding that base internal storage. We also expected to see a USB Type-C port on this tablet. I was really hoping for them to just slap on a Thunderbolt port and just call that a day. Now, an additional feature we'll have also is going to be the fingerprint scanner. We don't get a physical fingerprint scanner like I had hoped for, but we will be getting an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner like it is the case right now with this tablet, with the Tab S7 Plus, and I'm assuming is going to be the case with the Tab S8 Plus also. And speaking of additional features here, hopefully Samsung will add backlight to the official keyboard. It would truly be a nice addition to that keyboard. The camera will follow a dual lens setup on the back of the tablet to be used as the main camera and will include a 5 megapixel and a 13 megapixel lens along with the flash on the back of the tablet. The front camera is going to be pretty interesting this time around. So you get that same 8 megapixel main camera on the front, but there's an additional 5 megapixel ultra wide lens on that front camera. So be interesting to see what Samsung does with this. Now it's going to be available in the 5G variant, an LTE, and also a Wi-Fi variant. And you're going to have the 2 tiers in terms of configuration. It's going to be kind of a 2-tier setup for the config. So you're going to get 128 gigs internal storage plus 8 gigs of RAM for the base config there, and then it's going to be the next, nothing in between, and it's just going to jump onto a 512 gigs for the internal storage and 12 gigs of RAM. Now Samsung always goes for whatever is the top, or at least they try to always pack up their flagship devices with the best chipset on the Android platform at the moment of release. Since they're currently still working on the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra here, when it finally releases, there's likely to be a variant, a different variant of the current Snapdragon 888, and it is believed that at the time of release, the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra will be loaded with a different variant of that. And that being said, I have no doubt that performance is going to be off the chain. I mean, if you think about it, the current Galaxy Tab S7 and the Tab S7 Plus that we have here is only loaded with the Snapdragon 865 Plus, which does amazing things, right? So it's not even the 888 that we currently have on the phones, on some of the Samsung phones there, but it performs very, very well. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what a different variant of the Snapdragon 888 has to offer. The battery is supposed to be humongous in order for it to match the tablet's needs, right? So we're looking at 12,000 milliamp, and it's also going to be fast charge, well actually fast charge and super fast charge capable. So it's going to be able to support 45 watt super fast charge, and it will be very interesting to see how well that battery plays with the device itself, especially given the size of the device. Granted, it's not going to be pushing 1600 nits like the M1 iPad Pro Mini LED is, but still, that battery is probably going to suffer in the hands of a very powerful chipset, along, you know, with the quad speaker setup and many other features. Who knows what else is going to be included in this tablet. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how well that battery holds up. It will, of course, support the Samsung S Pen with what I can only imagine at the time of release to be the most modern S Pen that Samsung ever made. I do anticipate that it will be packed with a ton of features, just like it is the case with the current Samsung S Pen, and it will potentially have even more features. Now, I'm not a graphic design professional or an artist, just by any stretch of the imagination or whatever the case may be, but I do suspect that visual arts professional will be very interested in seeing what the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra has to offer, not only in terms of, you know, screen real estate, because you have that humongous platform to work on, but also they'll be interested, or they'll be intrigued by what the Samsung S Pen is going to bring to the table. Plus the different modes that you will have available on this particular model of the Tab S8 lineup. Finally, of course, the price. Now, according to what has leaked, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra is said to be priced around what will be the equivalent of $1,294, I believe. But then again, that price fluctuates, right? Because, you know, currency rates, they fluctuate. So let's say $1,300. Now you have to keep in mind that Samsung prices its tablets and its many other devices depending on the region, right? So if you look at some of the tablets that are being sold in Europe and you compare the prices to, you know, you compare that to the US prices or the prices in India, you see a major difference. So just because as of now it is leaked to cost $1,300 in South Korea when it comes out, that doesn't mean that's going to be the price that you will pay in your region. I know for a fact, maybe not for a fact, I do know that it is likely to be cheaper here in the States. It always is the case, but we'll get to see. Anyway, here's my take. Just like I said last time, it looks like Samsung is kind of porting out some of the concepts that they applied or they implemented on their phones, starting off with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Fan Edition that we have now to kind of mirror the Galaxy S20 FE or the S21 FE for Fan Edition. And now we have the Ultra, just like it was the case with the S20 Ultra, the S21 Ultra, and also the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Now, I have absolutely no problems with that. I think the names are fine, as long as they don't go as crazy as Sony does sometimes. But I think the main thing is going to be the expectations, right? I certainly know that I have crazy high expectations for this tablet, especially given that it's not going to be cheap, right? So my hope is just that it really delivers. I'm really hoping that I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that this tablet delivers on the hype and all of the expectations that we are already setting for it. Will it be the tablet of the year? Well, we'll get to test that out when it comes out and see if it wins that crown. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section what you think of this crazy idea of a large tablet. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to catch you in that comment section. Make sure to like the video, share, of course, if you know anyone who will be interested. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I'm going to catch you in that comment section, and I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And up until that time, of course, stay safe out there.